I'm muted. All right.
We've been off. It's
Well,
fine.
it's only Monday and it's already been a week.
Yeah.
Welcome adventurers to Tome Knowledge. Now that I'm not muted, my name is Moves Like Jagger, one of the co-hosts here for Tome Knowledge, and I'm joined by Virtual Spectre, the other amazing co-host, where we're gonna share some D&D knowledge into your little hat or big hat, any hat really. And today we're gonna talk about the rogue. Are
The sneakies.
you excited because you're playing a rogue currently in campaign 2?
Uh yeah, I mean I want to see, so we looked at the sort of the brief overview they did some months back. They
Yeah.
didn't have everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a little taste of it and there was some cool stuff, but yeah, I'm curious to see how it's all fleshed out. Um Not that it will affect me in our campaign, but still be cool to see going forward what it looks like.
Yeah. But before we jump in, let me tell you how you can support the channel and the podcast. So you can go ahead and hit that follow button, hit the bell, hit subscribe wherever if you're on Twitch or YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, we are there live right now at youtube.com at Casters and Cantrips. DB, you're the nerd. Oh, yeah, we're nerds too. And
Yeah.
we also have the Discord server, discord.gg/casters and cantrips. Basically, you can find us anywhere at Casters and Cantrips. Except for Twitter. That's Caster Cantrips. There's no and because we ran out of character limit. There's not enough to put the whole show name on there on Twitter. If you want to go the extra mile, you can subscribe for free over on Patreon. But if you're inclined to subscribe to a tier, we have a very awesome highest tier where you can create an NPC and work with Max and put that NPC into the world. Yeah, I think that's it. What am I missing anything, VS?
I'd just say if you choose to support us on Patreon or subscribing on Twitch or however you do it, all that money goes right back in to our campaign. We use it for the awesome animated maps and the music that Max finds that keeps things interesting and whatever environment we happen to be in. So all that stuff goes right back in. So your help is appreciated, and thank you for supporting us.
Yeah, thank you. And optional. We don't pressure people.
Completely optional. Yes.
We do this because it's fun, and then if people watch, then that's awesome. We're still having a great time. So thank you. And for our listeners, if you're on podcasts, we're basically podcasts everywhere: Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio. If we are not on a platform you are, just let us know, and we'll remedy that. You have a name is Grim Reaper. Okay.
Oh, for a dealer NPC.
Stronghold D&D Ashbeards, how's it going, everybody? Yeah, so let's go ahead and dive into the 2024 Rogue. And guess what? We have a surprise for everyone. Dark mode.
Ooh.
It was too bright for my screen. It was bleaching me out, so I decided to go to dark mode. Thank you, dark mode on this browser. Oh, Hired Gun, you rebranded. Well, awesome.
Oh, hey. Wow,
awesome rebrand. It's because you're getting older and there's getting some grays in the beard. I have a couple. I had one prominent white or gray, but now I got a couple. They're getting in there.
Nothing for me so far.
I'm just an old man.
Let's see.
Here we go. We before we kick it off, we got this awesome. Looks possibly. I'm gonna go with halfling. Yeah, halfling rogue. From
yeah, I think that's a pretty good guess.
I think she's hunting a vampire down here.
Looks like it.
Yeah. Awesome art from Aurora Folney. Man, sorry I butchered your name, but yeah, pretty cool.
I don't remember what we named this character last time, because we went through this art before, and I know we had names, but I don't remember what it is.
We're gonna go with new one. So maybe silver daggered, purple hair, got the cool like darkened face paint. This vampire is probably a vampire spawn. Is very surprised. I'm gonna go with her name is Mildred Silverstake. Taken as a wooden stick, not the meat.
I'm gonna go with Estrella the Quick.
Excellent. Emily Dagger Murder. Thank you, DB. It's very good. I like it. All right. So let's blitz through the basic stuff. Dex is the primary skill. D8, Dex intelligence saving throws. You get to choose 4 from these beautiful skills: athletics, acrobatics, all that good jazz. You're proficient with martial weapons and simple weapons. Oh, well, martial weapons that have finesse or light property specifically. Proficient in thieves' tools, light armor, and you got some starter stuff. And then they talk about how to multi-class. And here is the rogue table, class feature table. Tells you all the good stuff that you need to know. But yeah, all right, we're gonna move along. So level 1, they get expertise. You gain expertise in 2 of your skill proficiencies of your choice. Sleight of hand and stealth are recommended. And then at level 6, you get 2 more expertise skills to choose from. Wow, there's a lot of level 1 stuff here. Also get sneak attack at level 1. You know how to strike subtly. So let's see. It's probably the big. On your turn, you can deal extra damage, 1d6 damage to one creature you attack that you have advantage on the roll. And the attack uses a finesse or a ranged weapon. The extra damage type is the same as the weapon type. You don't need advantage on attack roll if your allies is 5 feet within the target, and the ally doesn't have to be. The ally doesn't have the incapacitated condition. So, and you don't have disadvantage on attack rolls. So, if you have advantage, sneak attack, just normal stuff. If you have ally 5 feet of the enemy, standard stuff. And as long as you don't have disadvantage. So yeah, pretty good. Same stuff. Thieves can't. So it's the special rogue language that they get. It's normal stuff. Weapon mastery. So this is new. So rogues get 1 weapon mastery at level 1. Looks like they could pick from 2 weapons, and they recommend dagger and short bows. And during a long rest, you can choose a new weapon types. Yeah, pretty basic standard stuff for rogues so far.
Yeah. I was trying to look something up just to see. Okay,
Oh,
never mind.
are
We're good.
there
We're
any
good. We're good. We're good.
differences? Okay.
Yeah, because it said on sneak attack with finesse weapon, and
Mm.
I couldn't remember if like the mainstay dagger was considered finesse or not, and it is.
Daggers, are they? They're light and
Yeah,
finesse.
I just that's what I wanted to look up because I was like, I don't remember if that had finesse on it or not. That would have been weird. Um, level 2. Is that where we're on?
Yeah,
Cunning
yes.
action. Your quick thinking and agility allow you to move and act quickly. On your turn, you can take one of the following actions as a bonus action: dash, disengage, or hide. Same as before.
Yeah,
I'll
sounds
knock
sure.
out. I can knock
Yeah,
out level 3 too. Is fine.
do it.
Sunglasses, level 3. There is 4 of them: Arcane Trickster, Assassin, Soul Knife, and Thief. And you also get Steady Aim. As a bonus action, you give yourself advantage on your next attack roll. On the current turn, you can use this feature only if you haven't moved during this turn, and after you use it, your speed is 0 until the end of your current turn, which was an optional feature that's now a part of the class.
It's made it to the big times. Yeah.
I
Yeah. I
don't
mean,
think I've ever used it yet.
I think that's pretty solid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you take it as optional?
We have, well, I mean, with our campaign, we have all optionals available to
Oh, right.
us.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Excellent. All right. Level 4, same stuff. You get the ASI. You can choose a feat or stats. And then level 5, you get Cunning Strike. You develop cunning ways to use your sneak attack. When you deal sneak attack damage, you can add one of the following Cunning Strike effects. Each effect has a die cost, which is the number of sneak attack dice, damage die, you must forego to add the effect. You remove the die before rolling, and the effect occurs immediately after the attack damage is dealt. For example, if you want to add a poison effect, remove 1d6 from your sneak attack pool before rolling damage. And if it's a cunning strike requires a saving throw DC, and it's 8 plus your dexterity modifier plus proficiency bonus. So yeah, so you get a DC for your poison. And you get poison. You add a toxin to your strike, forcing the target to make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the target has the poison condition for 1 minute. And at the end of each turn, the poison target repeats the save, ending the effects on a successful one. To use this effect, you must have a poisoner's kit on your person. Let's see. So if a target is poisoned, so they have the legacy on the bottom. Ability checks and attacks are affected. You have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks, which is the same. I don't know why they had to rephrase that,
Don't know.
but all right. So yeah, pretty cool. You also get trip. You can spend a d6 to use the trip ability. If a target is large or smaller, they must succeed a dexterity saving throw or have the prone condition. You can also spend a d6 to use withdraw. Immediately after the attack, you can move up to half your speed without provoking attack of opportunities. So kind of like a mobility, or you get a sneak. You can sneak on in, attack, and move on out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. This I remember this being a pretty interesting feature when we went over it the first time. Um, Gives you more to do as a
Yeah.
rogue in combat,
So
plus your weapon mastery stuff and all that funness.
so by level 5, you have 3d6 sneak attack. So you could do 2d6 damage and then sacrifice a d6 to do one of those nifty abilities.
Hmm.
All right, cool. And then they have some cool splash art just for funsies. So elf looks like maybe elf, half elf, rogue. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
half elf. Looks pretty awesome. Maybe a thief
Yeah,
type. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
they got like this whole vampire vibe going on because they got little bats
Yeah.
here. It looks like a little
s-
gothic
So it
cityscape.
looks like this guy in the first art could be like in the same campaign.
Yeah, there's such just a
The
party of
the
vampire hunters.
environment, yeah, it's awesome actually. I would love like a gothic weird environment to have a campaign in. That's really cool.
Hmm.
Um, his name.
Oh, uh, Hayden Hightower.
I'm gonna say Asher Darkmoor.
Ooh, that's really good. I like it. Looks
I
like
don't
we
know
got
why.
some more level 5 stuff. Uncanny dodge. When an attacker you can see hits you with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to have the attack damage against you rounded down. So same stuff. All right.
Yeah. Level 7 evasion. You can nimbly dodge out of the way of certain dangers. When you're subjected to the effect, to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, you can instead take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw. Only half damage if you fail. And you can't use it if you're incapacitated. Also at level 7, you get reliable talent. Whenever you make an ability check that uses one of your skill or tool proficiency, you can treat a d20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10.
Excellent. That got moved up. That used to be a level 11
I
ability.
was going to say, yeah, that comes earlier now, which is awesome.
That is great. Yeah. Because they replaced it, or I guess they moved it for improved cunning strikes. You can use up to 2 cunning strike effects when you deal sneak attack damage, paying the die cost. So yeah, just more. You can trip and poison at the same time, or trip and withdrawal, poison withdrawal. And then you get even more stuff when you hit level 14, which VS will cover.
Yeah. 14, you get devious strikes. You practice new ways to use your sneak attack deviously. Following effects are now among your cunning strike options. Daze costs 2d6. The target must succeed on a constitution saving throw, or on its next turn, it can only do one of the following. Move or take an action or a bonus action. So you can basically prevent it from attacking or having a reaction.
So
Pretty cool.
basically, slow, right? For slow,
The
you can only take one action.
slow effect, like whether you can make attacks or not.
Uh,
because this says if they don't succeed on a con save, it can only do one of the following: move or take an action. Oh no, so it can still attack. It just can't do
Yeah,
its action economy gets
yeah. It could
affected.
just do one thing.
Yeah, sorry, I misread that. Yeah. So yeah, kind of neat.
Sweet.
2d6. Knockout costs 6d6. The target must succeed on a con saving throw, or it has the unconscious condition for 1 minute, or until it takes any damage. The unconscious target repeats the save at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on itself on a success. That's a pretty steep
Ooh,
cost, uh, going against a save, which I think a lot of enemies tend to have decent
yeah.
con.
Especially
So
because it takes 66, and by I think 14, you should have 76. So you're using pretty much all of it.
yeah, it's a gamble,
It's
big
if it
one.
pay if it yeah, it's a good payoff. If they failed the Constitution throw, then yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I think I can see this being used in combo with like some other class abilities that maybe give disadvantage on saving
Mm.
throws and whatnot. So you could like say you're fighting a big bad and you want to cut and run or stop the fight, get lucky, and bam,
Well,
you can you get 1 minute to decide what you're gonna do next.
trying to think
Um,
if the new hex also affects saving throws, or is this just still ability checks?
I think one of the subclasses has something that lets it do that.
Yeah. So that would be a good combo.
Yeah. Wait, what does poison do again?
Poison. So let's go back to cunning strikes.
And
Poison.
disadvantage on it. Oh, that's just ability. Wait, yeah, just ability checks and attack rolls. So no saving throws.
Yeah. Okay.
Dang, that would have been an insane. Like,
That would have been sick.
could you even? Yeah, because that would cost
Because
one
you
d
can
six.
use because you could use two, right?
Yeah,
By that level, you can poison them and then knock them out.
yeah.
But yeah, it
But
doesn't do saving throws. It's just attack rolls and ability checks.
bummer.
There's got to be
Okay.
something that there's something there's a combo somewhere. We're just not it's not coming to
Oh yeah,
our
I
minds
know
right
there's
now.
like spells and stuff that can cause disadvantage on stuff. Um, Lastly, you get obscure. Costs 3d6. The target must succeed on a dex saving throw, or it has the blinded condition until the end of its next turn. I like that one.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And you still have 46 left over to deal damage,
Yeah.
and they're blind. So if there's any changes to blind, so the target can't see, and they automatically fail any ability checks that require sight. And attack rolls against you. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage.
So it's saying it from the point of view as if your character
Yeah,
has
yeah.
been blinded.
If you're the blinded
So
one, yeah.
hey, you could blind somebody. Like if you're not playing, well, Swashbuckler's not in it, but
Yeah.
to give yourself disadvantage, you get a sneak attack off that.
Hmm.
Blind them, sneak attack them.
That's right.
So that's
Pocket sand
neat.
DB.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like these. These are solid. Moving on to 15, Slippery Mind. Your cunning mind is exceptionally difficult to control, and you gain proficiency in wisdom and charisma saving throws. Where previously it was only wisdom. So that's pretty cool. Now you're proficient in 4 saving throws by level 15.
Yeah.
Big boost.
Just further cementing Rogue as the skill guy. And then 18, Elusive Mind. Or sorry, Elusive. I was looking at Mind.
Yeah.
You're so evasive that attackers rarely gain the upper hand. No attack roll can have advantage against you unless you have the incapacitated condition. That's wait,
Solid.
is that new?
That is the same.
It's the same. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't looked that high in the levels because we're not going to get there.
Yeah, it's always that
These things
thing.
don't exist to me.
Like it's rare that you get to that level, unless you're like specifically planning to play a high level campaign, like off the bat, unless someone's did 1 to 20, which is a crazy long campaign or fast leveling. But yeah, I mean that's pretty cool for level 18. I don't know
Yeah,
how many
that's
people
strong.
actually get there. I think it's probably one of the more strongest, solid, higher level stuff because, like the
Oh
other
yeah,
classes we saw, are like by this level, this it feels lacking. It should be stronger. Where this is just pretty badass.
yeah. There's no trade offs. It's just you have this now. You can't. Nobody has advantage on you.
All right, level 19, Epic Boon, of course. They suggest Boon of the Night Spirit. You could check out Chapter 5 to see what that is. I think we looked at it in a different video before. I'm not recalling
Mhm.
which video it was, but and level 20, Stroke of Luck. You have a marvelous knack of succeeding when you need to. If you fail a d20 test, you can turn that roll into a 20. You can use this feature. Once you use this feature, you can't use it until you finish a short or long rest. Ooh, okay. Usually it's just long rest, but they threw in the short rest.
Hey,
That's a free crit.
yeah. Well,
Really? Yeah, pretty good.
D20 test, does that count as is that also encompass attack rolls? Yeah, it
I
does.
I
Yeah, it
believe
does.
so. Yep. Ability checks, stack
Dang.
rolls, and saving throws.
Well, dang. And you get at level 20, I think 10d6
Oh yeah.
on a sneak attack. So just
So just
oh
that's a lot
god.
of damage. Previously, if you missed, you would just hit. But if you failed ability check, it would become a 20. So this is a big upgrade.
Yeah.
But now it includes attacks can turn into crits before where it's just a normal hit. All right. Unfortunately, Swashbuckler's not in the 2024 stuff.
I know,
Uh,
sad times.
yeah. I mean, you could still bring it to 2024. But yeah, let's start with probably the most favored out of all the subclasses for rogues is the Arcane Trickster. And we got some cool art from Nathaniel Himawan.
Yeah.
It looks like I don't know, halfling? Got pointy ears. Like, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, I don't gnome or halfling would be my guess.
Unless they're using disguise self.
It could be a really little elf too. Like maybe it's the
Little t-
perspective,
uh,
running at us. I don't know. It's hard to say.
but they're using Mage Hand. Looks like they're stealing a spell scroll or maybe some information with the Mage Hand.
hmm
They'll gonna let's go names. Ooh. Let's go with Jordan Spell Thief.
I'm gonna go with Azim the Collector.
Mm, very good. Very good. All right, you want to kick off the Arcane Trickster?
Yeah. Arcane Trickster. Rogue with magic. Level 3, you get spell casting. Um, yeah. You know 3 cantrips, Mage Hand, and 2 other cantrips of your choice from the wizard's spell list.
Mm-hmm.
They recommend Mind Sliver and Minor Illusion. And then whenever you gain a rogue level, you can replace one of your cantrips except Mage Hand with another wizard cantrip of your choice. When you reach rogue level 10, you learn another wizard cantrip of your choice. And you also get spell slots. Arcane spell casting table shows how many spell slots you get, and they
All right.
replenish
Boom.
after a long rest.
The big chart.
Indeed. Hmm.
Let me see. The spell progression is about the same. Yeah, it looks the same. Yeah, no change there.
And you have prepared spells. Um, yeah, prepared stuff. A lot of classes are doing prepare spells. I think
Hmm.
maybe all of them, except for
I think. Yeah, they're calling it prepared, but some are not prepared unless we read it wrong.
some you just have always.
Yeah,
Like
like sorcerers. I think druids and clerics still know all the spells, but they have to prepare. Wizards prepare, they pick their spells for the day.
DB
Uh,
asked if warlocks prepare spells now. I don't
um,
remember. I don't. We just did that not that long ago.
yeah, no, they don't. I think they do prepare because you get access to a bunch, but you basically know them all, and you only get
You're
3. I think.
swapping. Yeah, you can swap them out, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, they're preparing spells.
Um, yeah, it says here whenever you gain a rogue level, you can replace one spell on your list with another wizard spell. Intelligence is your spellcasting. Spellcasting, you can use an arcane focus as a spellcasting focus.
Okay. Yep.
And then we have Mage Hand Legerman. I don't know how to say this. Legerman.
Legerman.
Legerman. When you cast Mage Hand, you can cast it as a bonus action, and you can make the
Hmm.
spectral hand invisible. You
Yeah.
control the hand as a bonus action, and through it, you can make dexterity sleight of hand checks.
Yeah. That looks about the same. So very cool. Level 9, you get Magical Ambush. If you have the invisible condition when you cast a spell on a creature, it has disadvantage on any saving throw it makes against the spell on the same turn. Uh, pretty pretty awesome. Let's see. The creatures. So that's interesting that they changed the wording because before, if you were just hidden, you didn't have to yo solid. If you just needed to be hidden, so you just needed to hide or not be seen by the target. But now it's saying you need the invisible condition. So I wonder if you have to have like the spell. Unless concealed, you aren't affected by the effects that require to be seen unless the effective creator can somehow see you. Any equipment you're wearing or carrying is also concealed. So maybe they
Yeah.
change how the invisible condition works now. So it's either by magical means or you're concealed. So if you're hiding. Iconic range says if you have the invisible condition if you hide. Okay, excellent.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say because if that wasn't the case, this would be a nerf.
That would be poops. Yeah.
Yeah. um, all right. Level 13, Versatile Trickster. You gain the ability to distract your targets with your Mage Hand. When you use the trip option on your Cunning Strike on a creature, you can also use that option on another creature within 5 feet of the Spectral Hand. Cool. You get more bang for your buck on Cunning
Awesome.
Strike.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Very cool. Level 17, Spell Thief. You gain the ability to magically steal the knowledge on how to cast a spell from another spellcaster. Immediately after a creature casts a spell that targets you or includes you in its area of effect, you can take a reaction to force the creature to make an intelligence saving throw. The DC equal to your spell save DC. On a failed save, you negate the spell effect on you, and you steal the knowledge of the spell if it is at least level 1 and of a level you can cast it. It doesn't need to be a wizard spell. Ooh, doesn't need to be a wizard spell? For the next 8 hours, you have the spell prepared. The creature can't cast it until 8 hours have passed. You can use this feature again on a long rest. Interesting. So it doesn't have to be a wizard spell, and you have to be
Yeah.
of the level to
So
cast it.
I was gonna say because if it had to be like an intelligence save and you could only use wizard spells, that means you're probably trying to steal it from somebody with high intelligence. But this sounds like you, going up against a druid and
Yeah.
force an intelligence save or a sorcerer or yeah,
Yeah,
that's
not so good against other wizards, but all the other casters for sure. And they can't cast
and
it for 8 hours
and
until
this
yeah.
is new for
It's the same, but
oh, it's the same.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on, let me double check.
Again, I'm not familiar with a lot of the higher level stuff that classes have. I just
Mhm.
don't look at it usually until we do something like this. So
Yeah, we never get this high, but
yeah.
and not most of the time. I think people tend to multi-class, so they wouldn't hit these capstones anyways. All right, very cool. That's Arcane Trickster. So basically, pretty much the same.
Yeah. Got some more cool art there by Billy
And
Christian.
yeah, pretty much the same. And then have a little flavor to make more use of your cunning strikes with your mage hand. So it's pretty
Ooh.
good. Yeah, let's move on to the well, I'm not sure this is an assassin because
I think this is just a
just a
picture.
cool thief.
Yeah, I there's a detail in there that I didn't notice and it makes the picture extra cool.
Oh, this guy's getting scorched.
He's getting scorched, so she stole the dragon's treasure, and the dude, it's too late for you, buddy.
That's dirty. Or it could be an arcane trickster who used an illusion to run off with the loot.
That's yeah, that's one hell of an illusion.
Oh, that's don't dragons have true sight though? They would definitely know it's an illusion. But either way, they use someone to steal the loot.
Dang, Agatha Quickfoot, man.
I like it.
That's
Solid
what I'm
name.
going
That's the team's barbarian. He's fine. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. All right, let's jump into the assassin. I freaking love the assassin art. It's
Yeah,
super good.
Dragonborn.
Uh it is Dragonborn. Yeah.
Man,
Assassin. Let's go with Tyrex Shadow Step.
I'm gonna go with Garzon Sawtooth.
Awesome. I like it. All right, let's check it out. So level 3, they have Assassinate. You're adept at ambushing a target, granting you the following benefits. Initiative. You get advantage on initiative rolls. Excellent. Surprising Strike. During the first round of each combat, you have advantage on attack rolls against each creature, or sorry, any creature that hasn't taken a turn. If your sneak attack hits any targets during that round, the target takes an extra damage of that weapon type equal to your rogue level.
I love I actually love this because it's built for you to just always have advantage in around a combat, assuming you rolled decently.
Mhm.
Because you get initiative advantage, so you should be going first, like 90% of the time.
Yeah. I think that's new too. They didn't have a bonus to initiative probably initially or at first. Yeah, so before you're the deadliest creature that gets drops enemies, you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn yet. Additionally, if you hit scores against a creature that is surprised, it is a critical hit. So they took away the free crit, but they gave you advantage and you get extra damage uh, of the weapon type equal to your rogue level. What was that? If your sneak attack hits during that road, the target takes extra damage of the weapon's type equal to your rogue level. I'm
Yeah,
not
so 3 extra damage at level 3 on top of like your sneak attack and
oh, your weapon's type. Okay, so like piercing, whatever.
yeah.
It's most likely going to be piercing, but okay. Not sure. Kind of like the free crit. Maybe it was too OP and they had to nerf it.
Yeah, I free crit is awesome. I think flavor wise, I like this
Hmm.
because as an assassin, you get in and you're striking. It should be like the first blow. And you're surprising everybody. They don't know you're there.
Yeah.
Just so from a flavor perspective, it's cool. I whether or not it's a decent trade off for not losing the crit, I don't know.
Yeah. I guess the trait, yeah, because before you didn't have improved initiative,
Hmm.
and now you do. So the chances of you getting this off is higher than it was previously. Especially like if you roll low, you're never gonna crit, right? So I guess
Yeah,
it's okay.
there's some level of consistency built in with this.
Yeah. So I guess that's good on that part. And then you also get disguise kit and poisoner's kit, which is the same as before. So yeah, you get
A for cunning strike.
so now you got 3 kits. You get thieves tool, disguise kit, and poisoner's kit if you're an assassin. Uh, Pretty good.
Yeah, level 9 infiltration expertise. You're an expert at the following techniques: masterful mimicry. You can unerringly mimic another person's speech, handwriting, or both if you have spent at least 1 hour studying them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And roving aim. Your speed isn't reduced to 0 by using steady aim.
Oh, okay.
So this is even wow. Okay, so you can be a ranged assassin and not have the adverse effects of steady aim.
Yeah, you just move all you want and get advantage
Okay.
on
Is
your
that
target.
is that new? I
This
level
is
9.
yeah, I think this is different. Because before you had let's see. You unfailingly create false identities for yourself. You must spend 7 days and 25 gold to establish history, profession, and affiliations for
Oh
an identity.
jeez.
You can establish an identify that belongs to someone else. Oh, you can't establish an identity that belongs to someone else. Um, and then oh yeah, so this is way better.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. Solid, good change. And venom weapons. You can when you use the poison option for your cunning strikes, the target also takes 2d6 poison damage when they fail the saving throw. This damage ignores resistance to poison damage. Whoa,
Okay.
that's solid.
We're stacking on some extra damage here
So you're
from a couple of different sources.
you're sacking a d6, but you're netting a d6.
Yeah.
Awesome, pretty good, really good.
Plus poison condition potentially. I
Hmm.
mean, this only works if they fail.
That's true.
So they're automatically gonna get if they fail, get poison condition. So
Hmm.
plus it's level 13. So at this point, you're getting 13 extra damage just off of your what is it? The surprising strikes.
Yeah, very different from imposter. You used to get imposter as level 13 where you try to mimic someone and pretend to be
Mhm.
them, which is weird for as an maybe it's not so weird if you play the Hitman games. It's pretty on brand. But yeah, this is much better.
Yeah, and then Death Strike at level 17. When you hit with your sneak attack on the first round of combat, the target must succeed on a con saving throw, DC 8 plus your Dex modifier and proficiency bonus, or the attack's damage is doubled against the target.
You're doing 34 damage,
Uh, it, I take this as
right?
all the damage that you've done.
Yeah, when you hit your sneak attack on the first round of combat, the target must succeed a Constitution through.
So
Yes, yeah.
your
Everything
your
is
dice roll damage, your bonus, your sneak attack dice, poison damage, whatever you did. I this looks like yeah, that's getting doubled.
I think that is pretty easy to combo off the ability if you fail a d20 check, you just crit.
Mhm.
You crit, and then you double man, a lot that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I mean, they gotta fail to save, but potentially
And that's
pretty
why it's level 17.
it's pretty awesome. All right. Yeah, Assassins, much more solid than before. They had a lot of kind of espionage stuff before, but now they're doing some more damage. That's really good.
Mhm.
As an assassin should. All right, let's check out the soul knife. I believe Whisper is a soul knife in campaign 2. So
Really?
this is the psionic rogue. They use like mind blades. So at level 3, you get psionic power. You harbor the wellspring of psionic energy with yourself, and it's represented by your psionic energy dice. This fuels certain powers you have from your subclass. The soul knife's energy dice table is shown below. So check it out. Looks like you got the D6 goes to D12. Yeah, you get 4 dice, and then at level 17 you get 12. So pretty good there. Any feature for the subclass uses a psionic energy die, and you regained expended dice when you finish a short rest, or you get 1 die back on a short rest, and then you get all of them back on a long rest. So kind of similar to druids, where they get 1 form wild shape back, and a long rest they get it all back.
Mhm.
And then you got some options here. You have Psi Bolstered Knack. If you fail an ability check using a skill or a tool, which you have proficiency in, you can roll 1 psionic energy die and add that number rolled to the check, potentially turning a failure into a success. The die is expended only if the roll succeeds. Oh, nice. So if you fail, you get to keep the psionic die. You
I
also
like
get
that.
access to psionic whispers. You can establish telepathic communications between yourself and others. As a magic action, choose 1 or more creatures you can see, up to a number of creatures equals to your proficiency bonuses. So plus by level 3 should be plus 2, maybe. And let's see. Oh, and then roll 1 psionic energy die. For a number of hours equal to the numbers rolled, the chosen creatures can speak telepathically to you, and you can speak telepathically to them. To send or receive messages, no action required. You can, and other creatures must be within 1 mile of each other. A creature can end the telepathic at any time, no action required. You can use this power. Once used it, you can do a long rest, and if you don't spend a die, all the creature's powers spend. Okay. Whew. So yeah, you got party message basically for up to 1 mile, and it looks like there's no duration from. Oh no, the die is how many hours you can do it. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so duration is equal to the die rolled, and so at level 3, that's potentially up to 6 hours.
Got more level 3 stuff.
Oh, that was a lot. You want to do blades?
Sure. Psychic blades. You manifest shimmering blades of psychic energy. Whenever you take the attack action or make an opportunity attack, you can manifest a psychic blade in your free hand and make the attack with the blade. Magic blade has the following traits: counts as a simple melee weapon. You do 1d6 of psychic damage plus the ability modifier used for the attack. Has the finesse property and thrown properties, and its mastery is Vex. It says you can use this property, and it doesn't count against the number of properties you can use with weapon mastery.
Hmm.
Um, the blade vanishes immediately after it hits or misses its target and leaves no mark if it deals damage. After you attack with the blade on your turn, you can make a melee or ranged attack with the second psychic blade as a bonus action. On the same turn, if your other hand is free to create it. Damage die of this bonus attack is 1d4 instead of 1d6.
All right. I like that flavor where it leaves no marks. But you don't even know how the person died.
Yeah, interesting.
Uh, and to revisit, Vex is a weapon mastery. If you hit a creature and deal damage, you have advantage on your next attack roll against that creature. Oh, so you can hit him with your main hand, Vex him, and then your bonus attack action will have advantage.
Okay.
All
So
right.
easier access to sneak attack
Mm-hmm.
again, which is cool.
Yeah. So pretty much the same. But now you get Vex for free. Level 9, Soul Blades. You can now use the following powers with your Psychic Blades. Homing Strikes. If you make an attack roll with your Psychic Blades and miss the target, you can roll one psionic energy die and add that number rolled to the attack roll. If this causes the attack to hit, the die is expended. So if you miss, you don't use the die. Psychic Teleportation. As a bonus action, you manifest a psychic blade, expend one psychic die and roll it, and throw the blade at an unoccupied space. You can see up to the number of feet equal to 10 times the number rolled. You then teleport to that space, and the blade vanishes.
I like that a lot.
That's pretty sick. I like it.
That's really good mobility.
So what, level 9, let's take a look at level 9, you'll have a D8. So up to 80 feet away if you roll the maximum, or 10 if you roll the minimum. That, I think that's pretty much the same. Yep. So it's solid enough for no change.
Mm-hmm. Level 13, Psychic Veil. You can weave a veil of psychic static to mask yourself. As a magic action, you gain the invisible condition for 1 hour or until you dismiss this effect. No action required. The invisibility ends early, immediately after you deal damage to a creature or you force a creature to make a saving throw. And once you use this feature, you can't do it again until a long rest, unless you spend a psionic energy die to restore it.
Yeah, cool. So, same as before, no change there.
Mm-hmm.
And then level 17 Capstone, you get Rend Mind. You can sweep your psionic blades through a creature's mind. When you use your psychic blades to deal sneak attack damage to a creature, you can force that target to make a wisdom saving throw. And if this if the save fails, rather, the target has the stunned condition for 1 minute. The stunned target repeats the saving throw at the end of each of its turn, ending the effects on a success. You can use this feature. Once you use this feature, you can't do so again until you finish a long rest or unless you expend 3 psionic dice to restore it. It looks like I'm reading, it looks to be the same.
Okay.
And then you have some pretty sick art.
Yeah, it looks like we maybe have a rogue fighter team up.
Oh yeah, because they're gonna talk about the thief next, which is the thief is doing like a Mission Impossible thing to steal the gem. You got an orc warrior, perhaps, or barbarian.
Yeah.
Taking out one guard and another possibly sneaky rogue, mayhaps, or monk. 'Cause there's no weapon.
Hmm.
Kind of wish they'll have the light property. Oh, for the blades, they don't have light.
No, it said finesse and throw 'em.
Yeah, light would be nice, but you still get the finesse part for sneak attack damage. Man, do you want to name the whole party or just how much
Well,
time?
what is the light property again? Is that allows you to multi attack, right? Or
Light property, light
I forget what that
property,
does.
5e D&D
Because I think
2024.
that's
When you take an attack action on your turn with a light weapon, you can make one extra attack as a bonus action.
so it's kind of
Later,
built in.
yeah.
It's kind of built in because they say you can
Yeah,
conjure another
that's right.
knife.
Yeah. If you hit with the first attack, you can conjure another one. So, yeah, so in that regard, it's built in.
Yeah, all right. That's the I since we're running kind of short on time,
Yeah, let's blaze through it.
it's too
But
many
let
to
us
try and
know
name
what
3
you want to
people.
name this if you want to name this trio over here in the comments or in chat.
Yeah.
All right, Thief, the classic Thief. I know Thieves were not that great in 2014 edition. But we have some cool art here from Jody Muir. Thick, nice sneaky clothes. But level 3, you get fast hands. As a bonus action, you can do one of the following. Sleight of hand, make a dexterity sleight of hand check to pick a lock or disarm trap with thieves tool or pick a pocket. So you can do that as a bonus action now. And use object. You can take the utilize action. Is that new? Or are they just put it into a term now? Or take the magic action when using a magic item that requires an action. So now sleight of hand checks and use object as a bonus action. Also, level 3, you get second story work. You train to get into especially hard to reach places, granting these benefits. You get climber. You get a climb speed equal to your speed. Jumper. You determine your jump distance using your dexterity rather than your strength. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And that's yeah, that is it.
Can monks get that too?
Oh man, monks should get that, but they're more dex
Yeah,
based rather than strength based. But they should totally get that.
that's what I mean. That would be great on a
Yeah, that would be
monk.
great. Boom, homebrew it. Added to monk.
Yeah. Level 9, Supreme Sneak. You gain the following Cunning Strike option. Stealth attack costs 1d6. If you have the hide action's invisible condition, this attack doesn't end that condition on you if you end the turn behind 3/4 cover or total cover.
Ah.
Hmm.
But you
So
have to. Oh,
if you're
okay.
hidden / invisible, make your
Mhm.
attack duck back behind cover,
Mhm.
3/4 or 3/4 or total.
Mhm.
You
So you stay
you're
hidden.
right back to being invisible. So you
Yeah.
don't have to like use your bonus action to hide. That's cool.
All right. So they replaced advantage on stealth checks when you're moving within your speed to now have a cunning action thing to stay hidden. So good. Level 13, use magical device. You've learned how to maximize the use of magic items, granting you to the following benefits. Attunement. You can attune up to 4 magic items at once instead of the 3. Charges. Whenever you use a magic item property that expends a charge, roll 1d6. On a 6, use the weapon without expending a charge. So pretty nice. Scrolls. You can use any spell scroll using intelligence as your spellcasting ability for the spell. If the spell is a cantrip or level 1, you can cast it reliably. If the scroll contains a higher level spell, you must succeed an intelligence or Kana check, DC 10 plus the spell level. On a successful check, you can cast the spell from the scroll. On a failed, the scroll disintegrates. Uh, Sick.
Yeah. Uh, some interesting focus on magic like item usage with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Uh,
like that they gave Thief a lot more utility with using magical items that they typically wouldn't be able to use. Especially
yeah.
as Thief, being able to use spell scrolls, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I like it. It kind of giving it a little bit more of an identity than just like this is a rogue.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of bleed into sort of like a magic collector or something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know if it's just stepping on the toes of Arcane Trickster a little bit.
I don't
Uh,
think so.
no? Okay.
Because Arcane Trickster's focus is on like actual spell casting, where this is more.
Mhm,
I see this as more like a trinket sort of collector, like
mhm.
because the level 13 it says using a magic item with that expends charges. So it's I don't know how many loot options there are in D&D where it's a magic item that has charges, but
Like Wand of
it's
Magic Missiles, staves have a lot of charges, stuff like that.
yeah, so it's like more trinket based things like you would think somebody would steal.
Hmm,
I think it's that's not stepping on too many toes.
okay. I feel that.
Um,
But yeah, last thing.
Thieves reflexes at level 17. You are adept at laying ambushes and quickly escaping danger. You can take 2 turns during the first round of any combat. You take your first turn at your normal initiative and your second turn at your initiative -10. Okay.
2 turns in 1 round? That's freaking sick.
Yeah. I Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, that's probably the most awesomest rogue subclass capstone I've ever seen. That's pretty badass. I like it.
Yeah.
But that,
Yeah,
yeah.
some cool stuff in here.
Yeah, I mean, Rogue's always been solid. They spruced up Thief and Assassin, so now they're more, I want to say more viable, but more likely that people would play these subclasses.
And they've trimmed a lot of stuff that was like just really not that fun to use or hardly gets used,
Hmm.
and added some more player friendly things, like especially with um it was for one of the soul knife
Hmm.
things where you don't consume a dice if it fails, which is
Yeah.
anytime there's like player friendly stuff like that added, it's great. So
Yeah. So Rogue, solid all around. Nothing bad. Just every subclass is great. Pretty solid. Really good stuff, especially with the cunning strike stuff. Adds a lot of utility
mhm.
that rogues didn't have previously. So they don't just have to be the one trick pony sneak attack every time. Now they can kind of be like a playmaker on top of weapon mastery. So it's really good.
Yeah, they continue to be good.
All right.
So
We're gonna wrap things up here. So thank you all for joining us and covering the rogue. Let us know what your favorite subclass out of the four is. Uh, and yeah, looks great. We still have one class left, and that is there's no competition argument. Best class in D&D is the paladin. I'm not biased at all. It is Max and I's favorite class in D&D. So we have the paladin to cover. Next week that'll be the last class, and then we can jump into other stuff like bastions, uh, feats, origin stories, stuff like that. And then we also have early access for the hand master, the dungeon master guide, so we can take a look and dip into those things. Yeah, thank you so much for listening, for watching. If you're live, or if you're watching this video in the future, or getting swole in the gym, we really greatly appreciate all of you. And we'll be back this upcoming Friday with uh Casters and Cantrips Campaign 2 live here on YouTube and Twitch at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We just had daylight savings change, so maybe we'll be less tired because I feel really rested today. It was really good to get that extra hour.
no, yeah, yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody, and we will catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.